Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So summer is arriving and I know that it's getting hot in a lot of places, including the winter wonderland, Toronto. But because of quarantine, a lot of people are doing well. They're actively trying to avoid going out and buying out. So today I've come up with 5 very easy and yummy recipes for you guys to make your own iced drinks at home. So without further ado, let's get started. First, let's start with a 35% whipped cream. This is the only cream that will whip up, so make sure you get the 35% one and nothing less than that. So we only need around 1/3 cup of whipped cream. Just put it in a big bowl and whip that baby up. Stiff peaks basically means that when you're done whipping it, you should be able to flip the entire bowl upside down without any cream falling off the bowl. And this will take around 7 minutes if you want to beat it by machine. Next, we're going to use some ceremonial matcha powder. Here I only added 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons is usually the standard amount. You can adjust it according to your likings. If you have a pretty low caffeine tolerance, put a little bit less, otherwise you're not going to be able to sleep tonight. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar as well. This is probably the sweetness of chat time, like 30% sugar, so you can adjust it according to that standard. I usually don't drink very sweet drinks, so this was perfect for me, but if you want it sweeter, you can add a little bit more sugar. Now just grab any glass of your choice, and now we're going to add some ice into it. Because nothing hot is being put into the cup, I wouldn't recommend putting too much ice just because it's going to dilute the flavors later. You can put it according to your likings, but here I'm only putting a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill the cup up around 3/4 with milk. And the rest is easy peasy. Just add in the whipped matcha that you just made. Make sure to add in everything because it's so good. And now we're just gonna stir everything up and enjoy. First, we're going to start off with making some espresso shots. Here I'm using my favorite brand, it's the Nescafe Gold. It's so fragrant and I love the natural crema it creates. Here I'm just using 1.5 teaspoon of it and mixing it with hot water. This is equivalent to 3 shots, so just adjust accordingly. Basically, half a teaspoon is equivalent to 1 shot of coffee. Now all you have to do is mix in the coffee, and as the Asian person I am, obviously I had to use a chopstick for this because it was very convenient. So mix up your coffee, make sure there's no lumps lying around, and set it aside. Next, we're gonna take out your favorite cup. I would recommend putting a little bit more ice in this one just because half of the drink is going to be hot. Here I have my favorite vanilla syrup. You can either use vanilla syrup or you can just mix sugar with a little bit of vanilla extract and hot water. That will work as well. And then just fill up your glass with 3/4 cup of milk of your choice. Before you add in the coffee. And this is going to create a beautiful ombre effect before you have to go in and physically damage the beauty just to enjoy it. want to start with any green tea of your choice. Here I went with Jasmine green tea because it's more fragrant, it smells so good, and it tastes good as well. All you have to do is add a little bit of hot water and let it steep for 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes. Reason for this is that the tea flavor will come out within 2 minutes. And also, before you put in your honey, you would want the temperature of your tea to be warm instead of hot, just because it will damage the property of the honey, making it less healthy for you. And then you will want to take out an empty glass again, put in some ice. This time I would recommend putting a lot of ice because the entire drink is hot. So fill the entire thing with ice. Don't be shy, put some more. All you have to do is pour it over ice and give it a good mix. So here I ended up adding some more water because it wasn't full, so it didn't look as cute. But this is the final look. This tea is so yummy and healthy. It's just tea and honey. It's great for your throat and it's so refreshing. I urge you to all try it out. It's so good. So this is actually one of my favorite matcha recipes just because it's so simple and it gets to the point. First, we're going to start out with some matcha. Here again, I have the standard 2 teaspoons of matcha. If you want to put more, you can, but just make sure that you have a higher caffeine tolerance, otherwise you won't be able to sleep. And then again, I have 2 tablespoons of sugar here. Because the spoons here are smaller, my measurement would be tablespoon. Add in a little bit of water, just enough to cover the matcha, and then you can mix it for around 15 seconds. Until the matcha bubbles up like that. Now you're gonna pour the matcha in over ice to make sure that the drink stays cold when you add in your milk. Fill the rest of your glass up with milk. Since matcha is a powdered drink, I decided to give it a good shake before enjoying it, but honestly you can just stir it. I'm just extra. I like the bubbliness from the shake and it just tastes better for me, but you can literally just stir it down, it's fine. And there it is, a classic matcha latte. First, we're going to start with some Jasmine tea. This is basically the tea that Japanese restaurants offer when you go out for sushi. It doesn't have to be this specific type of tea. Preferably should be green tea because it has a lighter flavor and it goes well with fruit tea. All you want to do is add in some water and let it steep for 2 minutes. Then we're going to cut up some fruits. I have prepared kiwi, passion fruit, and lemon. And what you want to do is cut both the kiwi and passion fruit into halves because we will scoop it up later. You don't have to waste time trying to dice it up, it's fine. But for the lemons, you would want to cut it in slices. Here I would recommend using 3 to 4 slices. It doesn't really matter. Everything is eyeballing at this point. Now you want to fill the entire glass with ice because this drink is going to be hot again. So the more ice the better, and put all your fruits into your glass. The passion fruit seeds makes my drink a little bit sweeter and it makes it so refreshing. I absolutely love it. and then all you have to do is mash it up a little bit. Just make sure that, you know, it's a little bit more incorporated into the drink. And here I'm just adding a bit more honey to make it a little bit sweeter, and adding in my tea last. Because there's a lot of stuff in this drink, I decided to shake it up to make it more incorporated. You can skip this step and replace it with stirring instead, but I personally really like the bubbliness of my drink after shaking it. It just tastes like a legitimate iced tea, and it's just very refreshing. But here I realized that I put too less water, so I just ended up putting in a little bit more water and stirring everything down all together. And then added in 2 more pieces of ice because it didn't look that good. And here's my dog trying to steal my drink, which is inappropriate, but this is the final look. It looks so refreshing. My last recipe was so good. I made a whole picture for myself because I know I'm gonna be filming all day and I'm gonna be thirsty. But guys, this is so good and refreshing, and I urge you all to try it. Even though I know passion fruit is not something that everyone has in their households, but you can just use lemon or kiwi or any fruit you like. Just put it all in and it'll still be very good, I promise. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys try these drinks out. They're so yummy and easy and good and healthy. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.